All right. Let's see. Welcome, welcome. It's Franchise League. So, we're going to stick with the simulating till the playoffs. We played the first 8 games, simming the last 8. Next year, I think I might sim the first 8 and play the last 8 just to kind of mix shit up. Oh, they finally got us. Sons bitches. Oh well, better to lose now than in the playoffs. You got a lot to say there, kitty kitty. This is running good and slow tonight. Jesus. See, we're pretty far down here in most of them, so. What? Yo, yo, yo. Hopefully you can hear me alright. I kind of got a little bit of a cold, so I'm a little stuffy. I apologize. Yeah, we've had some stuff going around here. Luckily, I never caught the super bug, but One of my buddies that lives down the street here from me, he had super flu or some shit or influenza, and yeah, knock on wood, we've gotten pretty lucky in my household considering we got 2 kids in school. Right? Pretty much. You got to see what that quarterback is at now. I'll show you here in a second. Like I said, I played the first 8 games, and then I'm gonna simulate the last 8 games, and I had 4 games left to simulate. Of course, somebody finally beat me. But yeah. So check this out. It's running super slow tonight. So Gomes is up to a 77, which is pretty good in my opinion. Let's see, who was the other? Oh yeah, Hayes, the guy I just upgraded. The D tackle was the other first round pick. He's already up to an 84. Had a pretty good season. Everybody's kind of sticking to the plan. We ran the ball. We kind of, to give Gomes a chance, not to do too much. But when he's had to do it, he's been able to do it, so it's kind of nice. I mean, his completion's just under 70%. He's throwing for 227 a game. He's only thrown 4 picks to 24 touchdowns. So, I don't know. Advice on girls. Well, the best advice I can give you is be nice, be honest, and say what you want to say when you want to say it. Don't not say something because you're nervous or because you're worried about what a person's going to think, because that's what I did a lot. But I also, I don't know, I only had one girlfriend before my junior year in high school, and then I had one other girlfriend my junior year in high school, and I ended up marrying her. Granted, we dated for a very, very long time. But yeah, I've honestly only had 3 legit girlfriends my entire life that I went on a date with. One of them was by force. 2 of them were by choice, and I married one of them. Only if it's a problem for you or her, I guess. I never really look at things like a problem. I always look at it, I try to find the good things, like the positive stuff. And like I said, if you don't have a problem with it, she don't have a problem with it, and at that point, who really cares? Because that's another thing I did a lot of, was worried about what other people thought. And it's okay. I'm not saying you should never put other people's, concerns into your thought process, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's right for you or the people around you. Not worry about what other people, what's it called, outside chatter. I hear you. I know, but yeah. My wife is way smarter than me. She probably would have asked somebody for advice. She's like, so there's this dude But I'm like way smarter than he is. But yeah, she worries about down the road, and I worry about today. That's what we keep each other level. She worries about what's going down a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I worry about what's happening right in front of me, and between the two of us, she helps me remember to look down the road, and I help her to remember to slow down and smell the roses. So it works out for us. So that's kind of the same situation but different with you. Yours is a physical thing. Ours is that was always our biggest thing as far as our differences. She was I don't want to say sheltered, but she grew up on a farm, and I grew up in a town with cable. So I feel like I introduced her to a lot of music and TV entertainment that I hope she appreciates now and stuff. And that's what people are supposed to do, is show other people, widen their horizons, I guess, is the you know yeah, I hear you. They pressure you guys really bad with that stuff. I'm glad I missed that curve, but it's good that they pressure you guys for college and stuff, because they didn't pressure me for college, I didn't end up going to college because I didn't realize what a big deal it was at the end of the day. Granted, that doesn't mean you can be successful without college, but it sure does help an awful lot. I'm not gonna lie about that. I wouldn't have cleaned hotel rooms for pretty much 2002 to 6 months ago if I would have went to college, I bet. But I learned a lot and saw a lot of funny and cool stuff and met a lot of cool people throughout that. So it's all about the journey. It's, I guess, the way I look at it. That's right. That's what I was going to. Mullins is probably going to win MVP, and he's only a second year dude. Juju's having a good year. I almost went to college. I ended up getting I don't know if I might have told you that I got a baseball scholarship to go to this little dinky local college here off of beer league softball. I was pretty impressed that I got a baseball scholarship playing beer league softball, because apparently the coach saw enough of me, because he sure didn't offer anybody else one in there. I'm the only one. Alright, so training's good, scouting's good. Let's go ahead and simulate to the next week. Get to this first playoff game. My kid always freaks out. He's like in the 6th grade, and he comes home and he's always freaking out about tests and all this, and he has grades that like blow my grades out of the water, and I'm like, dude, do not worry about it. It's like if your worst grade is a 89 or a 90 in a class, then I'm really not concerned about your grades. Like, I kind of feel bad. Like, I don't know if he realizes it. He pretty much every time misses the all A honor roll by usually one stupid grade, and it's usually like an 89 or a 90. And I'm like, just once, I want to see what happens if he can get on the all A honor roll, if that isn't like a huge motivator. Because I'd imagine, man, once you get there, you don't want to leave. It's that type of club. I was never even close to all A honor roll. I think only once I even came even remotely close to just the regular honor roll, and I was pretty stoked with myself there. Well, my joke answer, which is a serious answer, but it doesn't really count, was PE, because I loved sports and learning about the sports and taking tests on sports, and I was just a sports freak from the time I was little. But besides sports, I always loved anything to do with writing or reading. I like to read a lot, but mostly writing. Otherwise, though, I always enjoyed science class and history. Like, I'm not saying I did well because dates, for some reason, I love to mix up dates when I'd take a test. I'd freak out, and I would know it going into it, and then I'd take a damn test, and I'd go spaz mode. And, next thing I knew, I was writing that, things happened in 1492, but for whatever reason I would write 1942 and not even realize I had done it until I got the paper handed back, and I'd be like, shit, yeah, that's a problem. But I love science because I like screwing around with experimenting and stuff, and I would have loved to have been a science teacher. I think that has to be the coolest, like a high school science teacher. You would never be bored in my class if I was a high school science teacher, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I hated math. I was really bad with numbers, like I was saying. Math would freak me out, and we'd have to remember all these, especially when I'm not bad with, basic math. I can do that shit in my head, but it's when you got to start adding algebra and geometry and all that kind of crap, and I'd be like, oh my god. And like I said, I didn't realize it, but I was in a car wreck when I was 15, and it gave me a pretty good knock on the head. I got a pretty good concussion, and literally the next week I went to school. I never realized what anxiety was then, but now looking back at it, I was having anxiety attacks a lot at school and not realizing, they weren't horrible, but enough to freak me out and do bad. And yeah, it was, just not good. But things were different in the 90s, man. See, I like history just because I like learning about the past, and you can learn a lot from the past, I guess. Well, there's a thing we don't have. We better take care of that. It's been a while. But things were also different back in the day because, I don't know, they weren't as good about realizing that you need to learn about what you want to get into more. I noticed even now already in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grades, they try to direct kids towards something of interest, not just sports, but, robotics or drama class or band. And when I went to school, those things, we didn't have robotics to start with, okay? Um, we barely had the internet. You didn't do drama till you got to high school, and once again, it wasn't really a big deal. And yeah, stuff like that. Band was a required class because I went to a school that was so small. If we didn't have everybody go out for band, we wouldn't have had a marching band. So yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was a different time, and things were different, and schools were different. So, but I'm glad they do that now, because like I go to my kids' school and they have freaking livestock in the back of the school, and I'm like, as jealous as I am, I'm really glad that they have those opportunities, because that's the kind of shit they need for you guys to, to localize what you want to do and focus on that rather than try to, this is what you have to do to get through and pass, and if you don't do it, you don't pass. It's, I don't know. It's just weird. Alright, so we gotta gain a first down, huh? Say, Juju looked pretty open there. Gain another first down here. Ooh, thank goodness for the spin move there. Yeah, here's some horrible routes for first downs, but one sec, let me finish this play and I'll read your comment, sir. Gain a first down again. Alright, and one more and we get to gold, and then I'll read your comment. Sorry. I'm in the groove. I'm focused. Come on, fullback. Break open. Get there. Nice. That's a goal, Dobie.
That's what I'm talking about, fellas. I don't know what happened between last week and this week, but today was a great practice.
You do that, yeah. School's more important than my dumb stream. I'll probably stream this weekend though, because we got some. It's snowing again here right now. We got about 6 inches on the ground, and we're supposed to get another 1 to 3 tonight. So I'll probably be sitting at home a lot for the next 3-ish days. My kids are rooting for a snow day tomorrow, but I don't know if they're gonna get that much snow. So I know, I always like to do that. But yeah, thanks for checking it out, at least for a little bit, man. You got to see what the guys are up to and whatnot. Like I said, I'm only going to probably do one playoff game tonight, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to make the playoffs, but I'm not going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl by any means. So I'll probably do the Super Bowl stuff tomorrow night or the night after. Most likely it'll be Friday night. Got a few other ideas for some streams too. Like I said, might do some golfing and stuff like that, so. $62 degrees. Man, I know people here that would literally probably I don't know. I don't want to know what they would be willing to do to get 62 degrees right now. I think last time I checked, it was with the wind chill, it was 19. It's like 18 or 19 degrees here, so it's probably about 26 degrees is the actual temperature. So yeah, big difference. It's cold in Nebraska, and it snows, and it's March. Right? It's like when I went to Vegas, people were looking at me funny because I was walking around at 2 o'clock in the morning in shorts and no jacket. I had a beanie on, but that was just to keep my ears warm. But yeah, and people were telling me, yeah, it's actually kind of cold here. And I was like, man, this is glorious for me. I walk around like this all night. Yeah, it's freezing. It's cold, but it's March. It's what it does in Nebraska this time of year. People are freaking out, but it's like, well, this is what it does sometimes into April, so. Yeah, I don't want to keep you up. Get some rest. You got school. So yeah, take it easy. Check it out this weekend. I'll probably play, man. Oh, Gomes gets the upgrade. Yes. Do to Gomes. Alright, we're gonna make it. Pretty sure we're just gonna start here and start working these up to 75, and then yeah, 78 overall. It's not bad for a dude that was supposed to be like a 3rd round draft pick at best. Then my scouts told me differently. They said we think this guy could be good in the future. let's just go with that one. Since that is what our scheme is, might as well make them fit it as close to as possible as we can. Alright, that's good, that's good. So we got 2 games. We absolutely destroyed the Dolphins. We got a weekly award winner here. Guess who? We get him an upgrade, and look what he went and did. 15 for 20, 279, 5 touchdowns. Count them, folks. He threw for 5 touchdowns in his rookie season. Just saying. I'm not debating the other dude was good or better or worse, but just saying I'm glad I went with who I went with. I feel very satisfied with both my first round picks, and pretty much about 6 of my 11 picks I made last year have either played or gotten time on the field. So the most has been Gomes. There was a backup running back that plays, backup tight end, well, he's second string tight end, I should say, and then Hayes on D tackle. And I think there might even be one other in the secondary that's been playing. So I can dig that. Alright, let's do some scouting here. There they are. Yeah, they both got gold, so that's good. Alright. Yeah, Ikeem Bell, that's his name. He's the other rookie that's gotten some playing time. There's a rookie. He'll probably be playing soon, but not quite yet. We got Carlton Davis. Let's just go ahead and get this to 75, and then the next time, well, no. You know what? Let's get that to 80, because that shit doesn't say that'll take you to 80, and then next we'll start working to 75. He's a 4-year guy. Mr. Akeem Bell. Let's just go ahead and get that to 80. I guess, yeah, he isn't a rookie, is he? He was a rookie the year previous with Mullins. That's right. Him and Mullins both came the same year. That's a pretty big game there. 14-1 and 10-5. Let's just make sure the depth chart looks solid here. That's good. That's pretty awesome. That's who it was. No, I just swore there was a freaking another rookie. Huh? Tripping. Whoops, shit, didn't mean to push all the way back like that. Got ahead of myself. I think he's going to be really good. He's a rookie. There's one of the other rookies. That's right, the dude from Nebraska. And then the dude from California. to see where everybody's stats are at, so I know he should be able to get 3,500 yards passing. He'll get 16. They're probably only going to play like the first quarter or once the game's pretty well in hand, or, you know, if we're getting our asses handed to us, one of those deals, and then we're going to put in the scrubs, so. And we need to get Randy Gregory a sack. Alright, well, you know what? I said I was going to simulate it, but it's last game of the year. Let's just play it. Because it's against a really good team. So, yeah. Alright. Dang it. Oh, look at him go. Well, that's cool. He's like, if I'm only going to get a quarter or two, I'm going to make the most of it. Alright, well, that's one way to get up early. quarterback they got. Dude is good. He's got the other tackle there. Come on, fellas.
Here we go. 319.
Man, I thought he was going for the outside dude and he was going to get it there. Nope. That was a good time for a fake, though. I was not expecting that, I'm not going to lie. Good play call, he just didn't quite have the speed to get the edge. They punted on 4th and inches. Oh, excuse me. I don't know about that on the last play or the last game of the year. It worked out there. They got the ball back. Ouch. Dang, this is crazy. Well, next time I go in, the starters are out, so I'm gonna let them get down the goal line here, and we'll finish it off. And they're coming out probably, so. Alright, let's finish off this drive and then attempt to put the scrubs in here and see what happens, because yeah.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Oh, damn. just gonna have to play, bro. That way nobody gets hurt while I'm simming or when I come in and play. With the playoffs around the corner, I'd hate to lose somebody for like 9 weeks, so. I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's football, but I'd prefer it not to. And we have a 14-point lead, so there's that. We spotted the scrubs 14 at almost halftime. You can't ask for more than that, can you, right? Scrubs were playing pretty good. Well, not all the scrubs were playing, some of the starters, but the defense of the scrubs were playing pretty good. I don't know why Mullins is in there. Oh, I know why. Hold the boats. Most of that stuff I don't care about, but Mullins is just too damn important. Good God Almighty. Kind of forgot they didn't have a starting quarterback. I was like, yeah, he's not as fast there, is he? Alright, fellas, gotta be able to learn to go fast, so. Oh, just could not get it there. Alright, let's at least try to get a field goal here, fellas. We got all 3 timeouts, so. Get out of bounds. Very nice, very nice. Now we're in field goal range.
Alright now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Perfection. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful pass. For my backup, that actually makes me feel pretty good knowing that if he needs to make that play, he can. So, yeah. made it through halftime without them getting anybody or any points. Excuse me. We've also made it through halftime without getting anybody hurt. I was gonna say. So that's a double win there. Being the computer, I assume they're leaving their starters in, which that's, it is what it is. There, they got some points. Watch Akeem Bell have like 200 yards rushing or something in like 3 quarters. Not even to be 2. Backups are playing well, I'll be honest. That's good for them though. Nope, 7 for 38. Well, either way, that's a good day for him. I have a feeling he's going to get a lot of yards in this next quarter. At least carries, that's for sure. Here comes fourth quarter, last game of the year. Oh, I was going to jump right over him. It did not work. Didn't work. Alright, let's try to get this, what is it, 5th touchdown of the year for Mr. Moore, maybe. Smith out. That looks like face mask, but we'll take it. Touchdown. Getting some extra XP for the team, and for the guys. That helps them upgrade and whatnot. Might as well if we can. Very nice. It's good coverage, just couldn't get good enough there. Haha. Sorry, bro. Not tonight. Maybe next time we play. I have a feeling I'll play these guys in the playoffs probably, so I'm pretty sure they're like the 2nd or 3rd seed in the AFC with me, so and the defense is playing well. Sneaking in some of those starters, but it is what it is. Oh, some bitches got me over the top. There was nobody there to help. Rat bastards. That's bad call on me. Oh well. Good lord, fellas. Not turn this into a game now, shall we? I suppose they're going to score right away again and make me sweat a little bit here. Yeah, here they come. Don't make me put my starters in. Nah, I'm leaving the scrubs in. They got to win games. Oh yeah, Gino started it and the other dude came over and got him. Very nice, fellas, very nice. Burn this clock, boys. And they're down out to 2. Oh, we got a safety. Ha! Look at that. Kill the clock, fellas. Score or kill the clock, one or the other, but sportsmanship says just kill the clock, but their job is to also stop us, so, you know, there's that.
All right, here we go. Now let's go. 319. 319.
I'm going the wrong way. All that work for a yard, damn it.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Ugh. Hoping to get him a touchdown here.
Let's run, fellas. Let's run. Oh, yeah.
Had to do it. Fullbacks, baby. That's pretty cool. Fireworks in the background like that. Victory. Only one loss this year. Who would have thunk it? And I only played 9 of them now. The others I simulated, so that's a good sign. I like that. Makes me feel good inside. A lot of yards. All around good game, really. Well, overall, really good game. They got a lot of yards, but like I said, I brought in a lot of backups, so there's that. But no excusing things, but still not so good on third downs. But Cooper played a couple quarters. Red zone was good though. There were no turnovers in that game. That's interesting. Only 3 penalties. Wow. Gnomes didn't play much, but overall, statistically speaking, had a good game. He did get a touchdown at least. Rushing wise, Mullins killed it because he got that early run. Go figure. Fuck, man. He had a good game, though. 5.2 a carry. That doesn't suck. Moore had a good game. Got 2 touchdowns, so... Defensively, like I said, that's going to be all over, yeah. Hayes had 4 tackles, one of them's for a loss. Bates had a tackle for a loss. That's awesome, yeah. Half sacks. What's up? Just finishing up this game here, last game of the season. And then this weekend we're starting the playoffs, so... Get a little preview of the playoffs here. Not entirely. I'm gonna go through some. I got yearly awards to go through here, and then I might be doing actually a different game. I might move over to play some golf with my buddy when he gets off work here in a little bit, as he likes to call it, some nice drunk golf. First, we gotta do this real quick. I believe it's Golf Club 2. We're too cheap to buy the new one yet because I think it's still like $50 for the Golf Club 2019. So we're both kind of holding out, waiting for the day when the game is like a $29.99 maybe, and then we're gonna pull the trigger and get the new golf game. But we played too much Rory, so we both took it off our machines, or at least put it in the libraries, and now we played Golf Club 2 because it's a little more of a challenge. So, and there's a hell of a lot more courses to play. My friend actually created a really cool course, and he's about ready to be done with his second course. So, yeah, little things change, like the target where it lands is on the ground now instead of a floating target in the sky, and it looks a little more crisp. But yeah, it's like a football game. If you're willing to kind of look past a few things here and there, it's golf. I mean, and it's saving me a lot of money. So one day I'll have it, just not yet. Alright, so here we go. Last upgrade. Look at this. I think some dudes might have won some awards or something here. Not this guy by any means, but still. Fullbacks. I love it. You're from Nebraska if you're a fan of fullbacks. You ask any person that's a fan of Nebraska football their favorite fullback, and they'll have one for you. Other places may not even, like, what? Like, favorite what? Like, you mean like running back? Like, no, kinda, but he's called a fullback. Mostly blocks, but he can run. Yep, I'm from Nebraska. Born and raised Husker fan. Didn't have to be raised one, but it didn't hurt. Got some Husker connections there in Ohio, though. But I've never lived anywhere but inside the state of Nebraska. And actually, I've never lived anywhere further than probably about a 45-mile bubble you could draw on a map. And I would say if you got the bubble just right, I'd be like, yep, I've never lived outside of that bubble. But I've visited places outside the bubble, so. I watch a lot of Ohio Bobcat college football. Not so much Ohio State unless they're playing Nebraska, but it's cold here a lot. And then in the summer, it's hot here a lot. And then it gets cold again, and then hot again. We don't really get a spring or fall anymore, is the best description. Sometimes we might get a couple, 2, 3 weeks if we're lucky. But you take what you get. I mean, it's what you got to expect where you live. It's snowing here right now like crazy, actually. Shouldn't say too bad, but enough to get another couple, 2, 3 inches on top of the 6 I already have on the ground, so. I like snow, though. It works out for me. Some people that live here don't. I don't mind it. Yeah, I'd imagine it definitely gets much, much colder there than here, probably, so that's cold. Granted, when I say the temperature, I have to remember I'm speaking Fahrenheit too. I know for whatever reason us Americans won't go with everybody else Celsius and all that stuff, but I have a generalized idea. I've schooled myself now enough to kind of know when somebody says Celsius to have a general idea that it's cold, hot. And he is a 99. He just joined the 99 overall club. Hell yeah. First one for any team I've had. In the 4 years I've been doing this, I've yet to have a 99 overall guy, so that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. He's only 25, man. Look at this, though. Mullins has 5 upgrades available. This guy has 4. Holy shit. Alright, well, if that's the case, then you're at least going to get 1. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That sounds a lot like my weather, actually, just maybe not quite that cold. We don't usually get quite as cold as you get up in that northern part of North America. I know it gets cold as balls the more north you go. Actually, pretty much the more north you go from me, the colder it will get. We're kind of on that line, which is why we get so many damn tornadoes come here in a few weeks. I got snow to scoop now. 3 to 4 weeks from now, I'll be complaining about hail and tornadoes. So, we're gonna add that to that. Yeah, with are you talking about the tornadoes they had? I believe I is that right? Is that what state those were in, or am I thinking of different news than you're talking about? Because there's horrible shit all the time, and I miss things sometimes. I kind of get zoned in with video games and my kids. I steer away from the news sometimes too, because it makes me nervous and anxious. Yep. I thought I heard something when I was watching Weather Channel earlier. They were showing some pictures. Yeah, it's bad shit, and it can get gnarly. Thankfully, we don't get them too bad here, but knock on wood, they can be. We've had some doozies here. So if you get on YouTube and search Nebraska tornadoes, you'll see a few not too far from where I live. So it's, yeah. I've had a couple that have came really close to coming here. As a matter of fact, one that destroyed an entire town. The storm went right over top of here, and it made our sirens went off for a few minutes, and then 20 minutes later, I'm hearing on the news that an entire town about the size of the one I live in got wiped off the map. So that was kind of eye-opening and a little scary, to be honest with you. So, but once again, you live where you live, and you got to deal with it. You know, people in California has earthquakes and freaking fires, and Hawaii you got volcanoes and tsunamis. I mean, you decide if you're willing to put up with it, I guess. If you've raised on it, you just, it's like anything else. Here a tornado siren goes off, everybody goes outside. So it's just, people make fun of us, but it's like, trust me, when you live here, you want to see and listen, you know what's going on. So yeah, that sucks. Hopefully people are in their basement and they're just trapped under their house, because that's what happens around here sometimes when you hear about people missing. But sometimes there's also bad news. So everybody should probably have a really good storm shelter of some type, but some of them are so expensive that you can't afford them. So right? See, now you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm not trained, quote unquote, professionally. But my dad was in law enforcement. He was a local sheriff in the county that I live in growing up, and he used to have to go out and spot, is what it's called. It's called spotting, where you literally just go sit on a gravel road and you watch certain storms, and when they're done, they don't need you. They tell you to go home. But we lived in a mobile home at the time, back in the day in the 80s and early 90s. They were nice mobile homes, but nonetheless, they were not tornado safe. And if my mom wasn't home, or if the neighbors weren't home that had a basement, we would have to go with him. So for a good almost 8 solid years, pretty much, I went out storm chasing and went storm spotting. So I learned a lot. As a matter of fact, I spotted a couple that, my parents were looking different directions and I was looking one way. So as I got older and I got my own vehicle and got more responsible, I took a few online things I found, and I got another buddy who was actually a volunteer fireman, so he was, pretty well trained in it. And one day we followed a tornado for about 13 and a half miles all the way from start to finish. Yep, at our schools they have tornado drills at the beginning of the year, right along with fire drills and, crazy guy in the school with the gun drills and all that fun stuff. Hi, kitty. It's a good time. Yeah, thankfully where I live, once again, knock on wood, it's not a people are pretty sane for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's your crazies, but you never want to say there's nobody that crazy, but we've had a couple that we've had some worries about, but thankfully they've graduated and moved on, and it's just like any other town. People come, people go, and it is what it is. I know after that stuff happens and my kids kind of get a little freaked out, you just got to tell them it's the world we live in, and there's two things you can do. You can hide and never go out, or you can just live your life, and if that's how you're supposed to die, it's the way it is. It sucks, but I'm not a huge religion guy. I'm not saying I don't believe in quote unquote, God or anything like that crap, but I'm a huge believer in, everything happens for a reason, good and bad, including, how and why and when you die. So there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So if it's a tornado, if it's, a bad guy comes to your school, if it's, you slip down your stairs and hit your head, you know what I mean? A bowling ball slips out of somebody's hand and knocks you on the side of the face, whatever it is what it is. You don't, hopefully, if it does happen, you don't feel it and you don't have a lot of pain, and yeah, I don't know what happens after that, but everybody finds out eventually, so you can't be scared. You just gotta be the best person you can be every day. Try to be nice to people, and yeah, that's what I try to teach my kids, at least. Just be good people and be nice to others and get along. Treat everybody like you want to be treated, that type of shit, Don't cause a wave, but also, don't just sit in the back and be quiet, Find that medium ground. I'm certainly not against religion, though, by any means. Once again, if that's what makes you feel good and makes you feel happy inside, man, do it. Just overall, just be a good person. It sucks though. I know people who are religious who are not nice people, and people who aren't nice people. So it takes all kinds to make the world go round. That's for certain. And that guy's up to a 92 now because he won some awards, I think. And I'm pretty sure this dude just won MVP. This is what happened. I haven't looked at yearly awards yet, but he started off this season as like an 87 or 88 before the preseason, and now, yeah, this is kind of getting crazy. These upgrades are nuts, so... But I mean, he's getting +2 at awareness. That alone will help any overall. He's only a second year guy. I mean, this guy's going to cost me a friggin' fortune. Yeah, it's cool with upgrades. Here, I can show you my team real quick, and then we'll check out the weekly awards. I ended up with 11 draft picks, and 2 of them were first rounders, including the #1 overall pick, but I had to get rid of Carson Wentz and Travis Kelce, but it was well worth it because the rookies I got, they're killing it. So yeah, there's my big dogs. I finally have a 99 overall guy. Haven't had one yet. I don't know if you were here when I was saying that, but he's the first time I've had a 99 overall dude, so that's cool. And this dude's on his way, but he's starting to get to that age where, numbers go down quick. This is the running back. His speed's a 94. He's only got 80 strength, so he's not not the strongest dude for 228, but he's fast for 228. So touche, but look at the ages of a lot of these dudes. I have a young team, I guess is the best way to put it. I got a lot of youth coming in. Like if you were to come over here and kind of bring up ages, you can see a lot of these dudes. Like this is my starting quarterback. He's 21 and he's up to an 80 now. I believe he started the season off at like 75 or something like that. He was supposed to be a 3rd round pick, is what the quote unquote, scouts were saying, and then my scouts hit him up after the combine and he said he was supposed to be a 1st round pick, and nobody picked him in the 1st round, and I had already made the 1st round pick. I went with this Hayes guy right here. This was my 1st round pick, number 1 overall. That's right, yeah, you were the other dude at the draft. Yeah, so that's where Mr. Gomes ended up. He killed it with stats too this year, really. I mean, almost 3,500 yards, 32 touchdowns, and only threw the 1 pick. So it's just shy of 70%. You can't ask for much more out of a rookie quarterback in the NFL. I mean, I don't know too many rookies that do this right here. That's a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio. And he only got sacked 19 times. Well, here's the thing. You can actually, you should be able to go back and watch him. You could even, rewind through all, my jibber jabbering. I played the first 8 games over 2 streams, I think. And then on the 2nd stream, I simulated 4 games. And then I was going to simulate the next 4. So I was going to play 8 and then simulate 8. But I decided to play the Browns game because they were 10-5, and I wanted to get some decent stats just at the end of the year. And then, like I said, I'm going to do the playoffs Friday night and Saturday night. So, if I win, of course, got to win first. But if I get to the Super Bowl, I'll do the other games then, and then I'll play the Super Bowl Saturday night and then do the draft and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I only played a few games, but they were all good games. Everybody played well. So yeah, like I said, they're young. Even my backup's young. Running back's only 25, and his backup's a 22, and he's an 80, and he's fast as crap too. The fullback is pretty solid. He's only 23. Wide receiver, he's pretty awesome, and these dudes did a good job this year. Got the young kid at tight end. Youth there. Got youth coming in. Got to work on center. That's my big one, is my offensive line this year, or in the draft. So yeah, let's go see what these awards are here, because I feel like they definitely, I won some awards. Yeah, look at that. He did. I figured he would, though. I ran the ball a lot. That was kind of my plan. I didn't want to, yeah, I probably could have had a lot more passing yards, but he threw the ball 399 times, and that's even probably more, but a lot of that came from probably when I simmed. But even when I simmed, I have my team on more of a, run first mentality. Run first, then hit them with the play action. So that's kind of my scheme with this team. But that's cool. My dude won MVP. That's the first big award I've won too in 4 years. So that's crazy. Look who's down there. He's getting good. Both these guys are. He's who won MVP last year. Yeah. Pretty sure that's the first time I've won Coach of the Year. Lost 1 game to the Steelers. So at least I lost to a team that didn't suck. It wasn't like some, game that I should not have lost. So let's see. So he got Offensive Player of the Year, and then guess what? The goddamn rookie. Look who ended up, and mind you, I simulated pretty much half of a season. So I only played half a season with him, and I ran a lot with Mullins, which is why Mullins won the award he won. Golf. Oh, Hey Bear. Stood him again. That dude's good too for only 81 overall. He throws for a lot of yards. There's Lamar Jackson. I know, right? How cool would that have been if all people, the quarterback that people were trying to talk me out of picking would have been. I can't wait to look at Rookie of the Year to see if that other quarterback even ended up on like the top 12 or whatever here. Or what is it, 10 at the end of the year? Yeah, okay. The Dublin Shamrocks. I can't wait to play there. I don't care what their record is. I don't care if it's at their place. I'm gonna go to Dublin. Alright, here's defense. Hey, look at that. I didn't expect Defensive Player of the Year, but yeah, I'll take it. This is my payoff for not winning an award for like 4 years. I am going to step up the difficulty from pro to all pro in the playoffs. Since, let's be honest, in the playoffs everybody steps it up, so I got to step it up too. It's only right. Damn, even Edmonds got up in the Defensive Player of the Year. That is crazy. He's actually, quote unquote, my second string cornerback. So my first and second string cornerbacks got on the list for Player of the Year. Wow. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Oh, look at this. He starts off his speech. First off, I'd like to thank my Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior, my mom and dad, all my homies back in Florida, and I'd like to thank the Ravens organization for drafting me 17th overall when I was supposed to be like a 3rd or 4th round pick. That's pretty awesome, man. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, he got a few. I think he got, I think it might have been right before you got on I did him. He got 2 or 3. He had 3. No, he had 4. He had 4, and then I think Hayes had 4, and then Mullins had 5. So, but that's good though. Oh, look who else got on the list up there. Yeah, boy. Mr. Simonson got number 9. I'm surprised, but he did play well, and he played a lot because I run, he had to be in the formations to block, and if I call audibles or have to get out of the run, I don't think that quarterback, though, ended up on the AFC list, so we'll check the NFC real quick. I don't see his name. It was pretty sure he was a white dude from... I'll have to go check, but either way, I don't think he's up there. The kid that was from like USC or whatever, and then there was another dude that everybody thought I should take instead, and I was like, nope, I've already got who I want. People were trying to talk me out of it. Alright, what else we got here? Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hayes didn't get Defensive Rookie of the Year. Damn, that's alright though. We can't be too greedy with all these awards. He did good though. He probably had a lot of expectations though, being the number 1 pick. They probably were like, nah, he needs to have a better year. He was supposed to kick ass, so I have a feeling though he's gonna do some things. He's already 85 overall, and yeah, I could see him making some noise in the future. Looky there, though. Look who your best quarterback in the AFC is, Mr. Rookie. You beat out all these other dudes. Hell yeah. Brock Bannon, the Incredible Hulk. You know that's what people call him. Even though it's Dr. Banner, but they're like, you know he gets called it. Oops, shit. Didn't want to do that. I want to do that. Kind of saw that one coming. I did know that one would be coming, though. I knew he had a good year, but I didn't know if he had Best Receiver of the Year award. Hey, there's a Husker for me. Alright, go Big Red. That's what I'm talking about. He played for Nebraska back in the day. What we got here? Oh, second and third. That dude is good, though. Oh, and we got... Young dude got in there. Almost in my entire line, but I did run a lot, so there's that, you know. Let's see, there's that Ed Oliver dude. Look at that, he's a 99 overall. I'm glad I, whatever you call it, downloaded that and put it in my draft class so those guys would be in here. It's been interesting watching guys that are in this year's draft class come through this, like Bear and some of those dudes, Drew Lock and Ed Oliver, because this dude's a beast, and I think he's probably gonna be a beast. So Hayes didn't get on that one, but that's okay. Best defensive line, that's a hard award to get on when you got defensive ends. We've had a few, but you're probably thinking of Tommy Frazier most likely. He was kind of really good. He was a good thrower, but he was kind of known for running because the offense we had. And then we also had I'm drawing a freaking blank here. Eric Crouch won a Heisman in 2001, I believe. Recently would have been Adrian Martinez. Otherwise, we kind of had more throwing dudes recently. Frazier was 95, Crouch was 2001, Frost was like late 90s, the guy who coaches now. Had like Tanner Lee. I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks. We've had so damn many of them in the past, seems like. Yeah, Martinez is the guy we have now. He's a freshman. That's the scary thing for people they got to keep in mind. How does Schobert win Defensive Player of the Year, but yet he doesn't win Best Linebacker? That's so confusing to me. Yeah, Martinez is going to be good. They were just talking about him on the radio today, saying if he can step up and show that he can just not just be good, but be a leader. Because that's kind of what our offense needs, is that guy to step up, and we'll see. He's got a couple years to prove it, so. Man, look at this. We killed it on this here, too. Doherty and all. They should have probably been 1 and 2 there. And we won Best Kicker. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so that's the awards. Let's just check. I want to check out a few quick stats here that I didn't check out, like sacks and everything at the end of the year. So yeah, he finished just shy of 3,500 yards, 32 and 5. That was good for 217 a game. He had a year and a half. Like I said, as you can tell, he carried the shit out of the ball. I got to figure out how to change that, though, because I really don't need him. I don't want him carrying that many. I'd like the backup to take a few more. So I got to figure out how to, on this game, to bring in my backup more. But he made it work. He only fumbled twice, too. That's the impressive part. Receiving wise, I guess, yeah, he did have a pretty damn good year. 15 touchdowns, 80 catches, and 1,000 yards. So he just didn't have a lot per game, but that's because that guy spread the ball out a little bit. There's Simonson, right? I didn't realize he had that many. You'll be blown away if when you see who my sack leader is. Right? Yeah, he barely had over 1,000. I mean, but I think it was the touchdowns. I mean, that's a lot of touchdowns for a wide receiver in the NFL to have in a season. So, and maybe other guys didn't have a big year. Maybe it was a running year in the league. Maybe the whole league just ran a lot. I don't know. Who knows? Schobert, 88 tackles. Most of those were solos. Look at who the sack leader is. Go Big Red. That's what I'm talking about. Even though he's, I'm pretty sure he's expelled from the league now, isn't he? Not to laugh, but he's kind of expelled for a dumb reason. But it is what it is. Rules are rules. Even though, I'm pretty sure what he got expelled for is a rule that they need to look into, I think. But Hayes ended up with 7.5 sacks his rookie season. That's not too shabby for a defensive tackle. Smoking the weed. See, it's just hard to tell, like, a player who lives in, say, Washington or Colorado or California, that's something they can go to a store and buy, that, if nothing, makes their pain better, especially them. Instead, it blows my mind they'd like them to take these painkillers that actually will shorten their careers because of other side effects it may cause down the road, and cause more insurance when they have to pay for their their insurance with, I'm sure they get good deals on life insurance and stuff when they're for health insurance and all that, being their, ex-NFL players. I'm sure part of that is all a package deal. So when the NFL has to pay for some crazy operation for some retired player, some of it might be because, well, guess what? All those pain pills you made them choke down so they could play on Sunday, yeah, it destroyed their kidneys and their livers. Well, if you would have just let them eat a brownie every now and then that had a little bit of something in it, they'd be ready to roll on Sunday. They wouldn't be doing some of the other crazy stuff they do that gets them in trouble. And yeah, but what do I know, right? I'm just a guy from Nebraska. No, I'm pretty sure from what I have been reading from a lot of local Nebraska guys that were talking about it, they pretty much said it was, from what they heard, it was a drug and alcohol. And when he was here, I think from a lot of the stories I heard, from people that went to college and saw him, and you're a college kid, and a lot of it was, yeah, he smokes weed, dude, but what are you gonna do? It's a choice he had to make, I guess. And like I said, it sucks for him that the NFL has that rule, but it is a rule. And if you're going to get paid millions of dollars, I don't know. You have to sit back and think, is this really worth it? I'm sure there's ways you can get away with it at certain times of the year, but during the season, man, for $1 million, is it worth it? And that's why people, I think, are like, man, he's dumb. Why can't he just not? It's like, well, what are you going to do? It's his choice, man. Maybe he can go play in the AAF, maybe the AAF league or whatever, that new Alliance Football League. Maybe old Bill Polian has looser drug policies. Didn't get a lot of interceptions with one guy, but I spread it out amongst the team. And like I said, Jackson took a couple of them back for touchdowns. Even old Watt. Remember, I think there was one dude, I don't think it was you, but somebody was trying to tell me that I should have released TJ Watt or tried to get like a 5th round draft pick, and I was like, I don't know, I think I'm just going to keep him around until, he really starts bottoming out. And I tell you what, he did okay. 48 tackles, 8 for a loss, 5.5 sacks, and an interception. I mean, that doesn't suck. Got a lot of forced fumbles kind of spread out all over here. Yeah, that's all right. People do that though, and I don't mind it. Who knows? Maybe somebody has a good idea. You know, I'm down for listening, but if I feel like my idea is better, I'll do it. But if I feel like their idea is better, I'm willing to hear it. But yeah, he was definitely held to a higher standard and had to definitely know they were watching him a little closer than maybe a couple of his buddies he might have been hanging out with, or who knows what. So who knows? There's the big stat. Look right there. The guy wanted me to release him, and look what else he did. 3 fumble recoveries. So just saying. I even had a couple field goal and extra point blocks here. Those 2 were me. I don't know where this one came from. That must have been when simulation was going down, but I never noticed Tavian Bryan and my quarterback, old Mr. Gomes, are from the same place, Florida. I believe we have one safety. Yeah, I was going to say, I knew I had one safety. It was of all people, it was some dude that barely ever plays. He's like a second string left end. But we did have some defensive touchdowns. I guess Jackson did only get 1. I thought he got 2. And Jones got 1, so nothing too spectacular kicking and punting. But we'll give him their credit. Almost perfect. He only missed 2 field goals. And he was perfect on extra points, so that's okay. I'll accept 2 misses. I can take that with a 58-yard long. Alright, and punting-wise, my punter killed it. If there was an award for punter, I think he'd have won it, because, yeah, look at that. Average of 53 with a net of 49. That means a lot of his punts did not get returned. So, and he had 11 in the 20, inside the 20, so that's pretty good. Kick returns, pretty lackadaisical, cause, yeah. I think I need to turn down where they don't kick it so damn far so they actually have a chance, because there's too many touchbacks. Alright, real quick, what did I want to look at here? Oh yeah, I was going to see what my coach stats were after having so many damn wins. Well, he went 9-7 his first year. He won't get fired. He's 16-16. I'm assuming that's after 2. Yeah, 18-14 doesn't suck. That's pretty good. 19-12 for McVay. I took his job in L.A. and then 2 years later they fired my ass. So that dude's not doing horrible. Wilkes is doing pretty decent. Schumer, Shanahan are doing good. There's the Dublin Shamrocks, baby. There we go. 54-26. I can take that. It's the best winning percentage out of all the coaches that are active right now. And that's the only team that beat me this year. The bastards kept me from an undefeated season, too. Quinn's killing it. Falcons. Even though he actually got fired, he's still with the Packers on here, and he's doing great. And there's old McVay. He's having a good couple years, so. Alright, that's alright. We're up there. Yeah, right. And I don't know. I'm not saying this, and I'm sure some people like saying this because he's black, but I'm not saying it was a racial thing. But he kind of got set up to fail there, and I'm not saying any one person was like, oh, we need to get him out. But with what they gave him this year, like you were just saying, with that roster, he kind of here's a better word to use. He was a scapegoat. Where instead of blaming it on some players or letting them put on a lot of blame on Fitzgerald and the young quarterback and yada yada yada, you do kind of wish they would have given him a chance, especially with this a good draft class again. Give him a couple 2-3 years with these kids, give him a draft class, see what he can do. Get an offensive line, draft Draft Kyler Murray if he, and then you have two young quarterbacks and say, hey, who wants the job? Who wants the job, man? Whoever gets it, gets it. Whoever doesn't, well, next year you can pretty much start looking for a new home because we're going to use you for a draft pick because we maybe get like a third round draft pick or something out of you. They are. And part of that is a good thing because that forces everybody to have to learn new things and change. And it's funny now because I remember growing up with Nebraska, the option was not just prevalent in my football world, but, you know, it was pretty prevalent in the college world. And then every year you'd hear more and more about this spread offense where, receivers are way far out and shotgun snaps and running backs are, more of a receiver and a secondary blocker and play action is less and these, fullbacks aren't needed and blah 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 and we kept running the option and we kept winning football games. Well, now it's kind of funny. Hardly anybody, quote unquote, in college, minus a few teams because they're, service schools or they're just, that's what they do. That's their clique, Georgia Tech. Um, Now in the NFL, you start seeing these teams where guess what they're running? They're running option plays. They're not running an option offense, but it's an option play. They're blocking and like it. They're just not doing the low crack blocks where you block, low to get people on the ground. But the basics is an option, and it's funny. It's like, I remember hearing the option was dead. Here we change our entire offense and fuck shit up, and now the NFL's running it. It's like, goddamn, they need to get their shit together with one another and just try to, stop worrying about the next level in college and just let them play. And then when they get to the NFL, take what you got and work around that rather than trying to make the league something. The league feels like it has to be labeled this or it has to have something to work with to back it. Instead, they need to just let those guys play football and just let the game flow around them. And I know part of that is marketing and yada yada, but I don't know. Well, he should probably take him because if he doesn't, he might get fired too next year. But I also don't think Kingsbury's going to be any Sean McVay because I've literally watched him play on a football field. I was at a game in person when Nebraska and him played, so I'm not like too concerned about him at all. But who knows? We'll see. Well, there was a couple things else I was gonna check. Oh yeah, now I remember. I need to do my. There's one thing here I needed to see. So that's free agency. That's player retention. That's progression. Yeah, but there are a lot of those. They still make money, but they know they don't have to win, and they'll still make money because they're an NFL team. Baseball's horrible for that. Once a baseball team knows it's done, because you play so many games, there is at that point of the season where you're just mathematically done. Where you're like, listen, we're gonna do this and this. There, it's called the, market sale, where they just, pretty much trade away anything they got that's worth a pick or two or whatever. And it's kind of gross, but it's a business. We have to also remember that it's not just a sport anymore, it's a business. So there's people's jobs on the line, not just coaches, but people all the way from the top to the bottom, trainers and chefs and interns and all this other crap that goes into it. There's so many little bits and pieces, so I don't know, it's crazy. I'm just hoping to get a coach my kids' little league this team to show them how I want to do it. So I've been dying to get a coach a baseball team. So I'm hoping this is the year they give me a chance. win some games, because literally they didn't win a game last year. It was kind of a bummer. Well, no, I take that back. They did get a win one at the very end. They pulled one out, and it was a rough season. Alright, let's see here. This is what I was going to do. Standings. Jesus. Well, it looks like it was pretty much me, and then everybody else was 10-6. But that's cool, though. That means the playoffs should be very even and very, very intense. That's good. Last year there was a couple teams that had there was a team that had a horrible record that made it. This year only one team that's a horrible record made it. This is true, yeah. As much as people probably wouldn't be a fan looking at records, I bet that makes for good football. Well, what's cracking? Long time no see there, stranger. I'm going to be shutting her down here shortly and maybe moving over to a different game, but yeah. Had to check some things out real quick. Played a game earlier, and Super Bowl's this weekend is what I'm doing. Do the playoffs on Friday night, and the Super Bowl if I make it there on Saturday night. But we're going to step it up to all pro so shit gets a little more real. Yeah, like I said, I think my buddy gets off, what time is it here? It's 1:40 a.m. here. Thankfully, I made coffee earlier, so I'm not tired. I don't have to do anything tomorrow but get my kids to school and pick them up. And if it keeps snowing like it's snowing outside right now, they're not going to have school tomorrow, so they may not have to go to school tomorrow. But he gets off at 2 a.m., and as long as he's cool with me streaming tonight, some nights he isn't feeling it. He's not a huge gamer. Not that I am either, but I'm more into video games. He only really plays golf and Grand Theft Auto. But if he's cool with me getting on, hey, don't worry about it. You know me, I don't give a shit. If you show up, hey, you're here. If you don't, hey, that's cool too. Life is more important than video games and watching me play golf and football. Kids, dogs, cats, birds, jobs, these things are all more important than me. If anybody knows that, it's me. At least all those things to me are more important than games, so. Oh, it's playoff schedules. He's got to play who? Let's see that real quick. What do we got? We know this much. Only the Bills are not the winning team there. So you'd like to think the Browns can definitely beat them, which don't ask me why the Bills get to be at home, but whatever. They must have won their division. The Browns did not because of me, so. The one team that did beat me in the simulation, not on person, but simulation, was the Steelers, and they got to play the Broncos. They got the Seahawks, the Redskins, and then the Rams and Falcons. We might as well just sim that week, because that really doesn't, Hey, look at the bottom of the screen. Look who's getting a shout out by Jonathan Coachman there. Mr. Gomes, the quarterback, the rookie. Oh, he's not just the next big thing. He's going to be the AFC king. He's going to do some things. Yeah, a little later there. Like I said, it's only 1:45 here, so. My buddy lives in a little bigger town, too. It takes him a little longer to get home than it would me. I can make it from a town 10 miles away from me, in about 10 minutes. It probably takes him 10 minutes just to go about 2 miles from his house from work to his house. But, I live in a town that has like 250 people in it. He lives in a town that has, 250,000. So there's a little difference between the towns we live in and going from point A to B. Oh, look who we get right away. I didn't even look at my screen yet. I was watching it snow as I was talking, and look who we get right away in the first round of the playoffs. The one team that beat me in simulation mode. What a great way to start off Friday night with a little bit of revenge, knocking them out. I know we don't have any big injuries. Everybody's healthy, which is different. Last year we had a ton of injuries. Let's go see who survived here. So the Steelers snuck past Denver, and that was in Denver. The Redskins kicked the shit out of the Seahawks in Washington. And I did call that. Cleveland did get past the Bills, so we can still have that matchup. We beat them last game. That was the game I played. Most of it was with my scrubs, though. And then guess who? The team that fired me a couple years ago. They're moving on. So what do we got for matchups now? We know we got that matchup. Ooh, there's a good one. That's old school. Rams 49ers. And we got the Browns, the Titans, and the Redskins and the Packers. Now, won't you think a team that only had one loss in the regular season would get the 8 o'clock game? I'm not a programming manager, nor did I go to school for it, but if I was in charge of this, it would be, let me look here, it would go Browns, Titans here at 1 o'clock. I can agree with the Rams and 49ers at 4:30, but then you also got to put the Redskins and Packers there, and then me and the Steelers got to go there. I mean, come on. It's the only team that beat this team in the regular season. I got one loss, and you're not going to put that at 8 o'clock? Jeez, come on. This is why I shouldn't be unemployed. I should be a programming manager. I can figure this out. Come on. Or at least Madden should hire me to be in charge of their programming manager, quote unquote, to make sure the right games are at the right times. I shouldn't be playing in the sun. I should be playing at night under the lights. Come on, baby. That's okay. So yeah, there's your first game of Friday night when I do get back on with football. Oh, trust me, when I played this game last year, I had a list of stuff that I'd written down, but then I looked at it and I realized most of it was just stuff from old school college football that I missed. And I was like, I can't just send them a list of all the stuff that used to be on college football that I personally miss. But the more I thought about it, I was like, man, I should have sent them my list after playing this year's game. So I think this year what I'm going to do is go get my list and just add a few things to it and send them that email. But every now and then I do send out, if you get, I don't know if it's on here, if there's a link on here, but if you go on my YouTube page, there should be a thing for my Twitter. And you should go look at my Twitter. Every now and then I do send a tweet out to one of these companies and I'll be like, hey, you need this on your game. Like Rockstar, once a month I send them a thing telling them they need to open a casino on Grand Theft Auto 5 because they already built a casino, and from day one it's had a coming soon sign on it, and yet still to this day there's no casino in Grand Theft Auto, story mode or online. So to stop teasing me and either take down your coming soon sign, I said, or open a damn casino. At least just have basics, a few slots, some poker, and like horse racing, since they already even have a horse racing track. And it's like, stop adding so many damn races and add that into it. It's a form of gaming, so it's not against the rules. It's not, I have a casino game already on my PlayStation 4, so whatever. I could go on and on. Alright, well, I'm going to take a little short break here, grab a quick bite to eat. Then I'm going to message my buddy and see if he's cool with us streaming some golf. And then, yeah, I'll either be back here in a little bit with some golf, or worst case scenario, I'll probably stream. Actually, I was thinking about streaming some casino tomorrow, because I did get some decent tax money, so I bought a little bit of casino money to mess with on here. So I might do some slots and poker and stuff on stream tomorrow, and then Friday we'll come back to football. So, but if anybody's still out there, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate you stopping by. I hope everybody has a good Thursday and a good weekend. Later.